Distracted driving results in many unnecessary deaths in Florida, as well as the rest of the United States. Every single one of these fatal collisions is 100% avoidable and could easily be prevented with proper action. Every state must take an active role in the prevention of distracted driving deaths in order to lead to any decrease in the future. Multiple states around the country are currently pursuing legislation and other measures to put an end to this distracted driving. This is not the case with the state of Florida. The state does not do nearly enough to prevent these tragic deaths. Some may speculate that Florida has implemented laws effective at decreasing distracted driving, but deaths as a result of distracted driving have shown little to no decrease. In order to lead to any positive change in the future, Florida must start doing more to increase awareness of the dangers of distracted driving and decrease instances of distracted driving. The state of Florida must implement stricter traffic laws punishing distracted driving and actively raise awareness about distracted driving. Florida is currently quite far behind in the development and implementation of any truly effective measures to prevent distracted driving. There are still countless cases of drivers of all ages being killed in easily averted distracted driving accidents. The only preventable measure Florida has even developed is a prohibition on all texting by drivers, yet even this is only a secondary law. This means a police officer can only issue a ticket for a texting offense if the driver has already been pulled over for another violation such as speeding. It's easy to see why this is such an ineffective law when it comes to preventing any deaths. According to Distraction.gov, at any given daylight moment across America, approximately 660,000 drivers are using cell phones or manipulating electronic devices while driving, a number that has held steady since 2010. This is an insanely large number, one that should not be so astronomical in the first place. It is also stated on the site that the amount of people killed in accidents involving a distracted driver has only decreased slightly, from 3,360 people in 2011 to 3,328 in 2012, with thousands more injured to varying degrees. Is a difference of 32 lives really the best we can do? While there are large amounts of seemingly irrefutable evidence piled on to support the fact that Florida does not do enough, it is inevitable that there will be individuals against this idea. The largest supporters of this notion that Florida is doing plenty to stop distracted driving are probably those same individuals involved in the accidents. Fearing any alterations that would restrict their rights, they advocate for reduced restriction on texting and other distractions while driving. They cite Florida's current laws as an effective system for reducing distracted driving deaths. Educational programs are presented as the most effective method for reducing distracted driving. These statements, however, are all wrong in my opinion. While there has been evidence to support the decline of distracted driving deaths in Florida, this does not mean supporters are correct in their belief that this is enough action to prevent distracted driving. While it may never be possible to entirely eradicate the danger of distracted drivers, it is certainly possible to reduce the deaths far more than the current preventions have. Other states have implemented stricter laws than those found in Florida, with obvious effects. The threat of a more serious set of punishments is proven as an effective means of counteracting distracted driving. There are also several other methods currently implemented by only a few parents, including driver cameras and driver modes on cell phones. I believe the cost to life and the economic burden that distracted driving presents is far more than the cost of these implementations. To mandate the installation of these devices would save countless lives. Technology is advancing at such a pace that it is hard to imagine why no device to put a halt to distracted driving is already in existence, and if it does exist, it is even more difficult to comprehend why it is not a required technology when getting behind the wheel. Change can be made that simultaneously prevents unnecessary death and preserves our rights as citizens. Current educational programs are pitiful. In fact, I myself haven't seen a single public service announcement of any kind regarding distracted driving in recent years. Strict measures are the only way to make teens and even adults realize that being distracted while driving kills and must be put to an end. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Florida must use this simple truth and its methods to make change happen, both by implementing stricter traffic laws, punishing distracted driving, and actively raising awareness about distracted driving. Taking these simple actions will produce the obvious reaction as we witness safer streets. Florida has currently only enacted very weak legislation that does not does almost nothing to prevent distracted driving. The individuals still in support of current laws, claiming they are effective measures to stop distracted driving, should be forced to see the brutality of a distracted driving accident in person. It may sound harsh, but it is necessary for those who cannot accept the cruel truth. With relatively small changes in how children are educated, and by action from parents, the legislation could possibly become a secondary measure. Every parent fears the day when the door opens with 2 officers standing to inform them of an accident that took their child's life. It should be our responsibility to ensure this never happens.